What would drive a legendary Viking woman to summon the dead and face a cursed destiny, all for the sake of a single sword? This is the mythic tale of Hervor, a fearless shield maiden from Norse legend, whose story was never written in history books, but in the sagas of old. Hervor, the Viking shield maiden, is a name that has echoed across centuries. Born into a family of warriors, she inherited not only her father's bloodline, but his unbreakable spirit. While most Viking women were bound to hearth and home, Hervor had other plans. She trained as a fighter, mastered the arts of warfare, and soon became known as one of the fiercest shield maidens of her time. But Hervor's courage would be truly tested when she set out on a journey unlike any other, an epic quest to retrieve the cursed sword, Tyrfing. Tyrfing was no ordinary weapon. Forged by the dwarves Dvalin and Durin under duress, it gleamed with magical brilliance, slicing through armor as if it were cloth. But the dwarves, angered by the king who forced them to make it, placed a terrible curse upon the blade. It would bring death and ruin to every hand that held it. This sword, this doom-laden treasure, was buried with Hervor's father, Angantyr, who had fallen in battle before she was even born. Yet, when Hervor learned of Tyrfing's existence, she was undeterred by fear. In her heart burned a single desire: to claim her father's legacy, no matter the cost. Her journey took her to Samso, a remote and haunted island where ancient graves whispered in the night. The ground was thick with fog, the air heavy with unseen spirits. Most would have turned back, but Hervor pressed forward. She stood alone before the burial mound of her ancestors and called out into the darkness. Summoning her father's ghost, the earth trembled. A fiery specter appeared, Angantyr himself, warning her to leave the sword untouched. It will bring only sorrow, he said, but Hervor's will could not be broken. At last, Angantyr relented. Tyrfing, glowing like molten gold, was thrust into her hands. With the sword claimed, Hervor set sail back to the living world, carrying the curse with her. The retrieval of Tyrfing marked the beginning of Hervor's legendary rise. In battle after battle, she wielded the sword with unmatched skill, carving a path of victory wherever she went. Among her people, she became a hero, a living symbol of courage, strength, and defiance. But the curse of Tyrfing was relentless. Wherever the sword went, death and sorrow followed. And even Hervor, mighty as she was, could not escape its doom. Eventually, Hervor fell in battle, her story ending not in peace, but in blood, as the prophecy had foretold. The cursed sword vanished into history once again, but Hervor's name lived on. In Viking society, shield maidens like Hervor were rare but not unheard of. While most women tended homes, a fierce few took up arms. They trained in swordsmanship, rode horses into battle, and fought beside their male counterparts as equals. Hervor was not just a fighter. She was a leader, commanding her own fleet, leading dangerous expeditions, mastering navigation, and earning the loyalty of hardened warriors. Her life was a testament to Viking values, courage, honor, and the pursuit of glory. Today, Hervor's grave is believed to rest in Birka, Sweden, among other legendary Viking warriors. Her story, preserved through ancient sagas like the saga of Hervor and Heidrek, continues to inspire. Not just as a tale of battles and curses, but as a timeless reminder, true greatness often comes at a terrible cost. Hervor's legacy is carved not in stone, but in the spirit of those who dare to challenge fate, who seek their destiny, even when the road leads through darkness. And perhaps, in every story of bravery and tragedy, a piece of Hervor still lives on.